Pretzel, pretzel, I had a pretzel. It was very salty and curvy and slightly delicious. I've had better, but I had...
We're gonna review Bimbos BC, you hear me?
The fuck are you talking about? We planned on doing this.
Oh, well, yeah, but the thing is that we're not supposed to like doing crossovers. We're supposed to be like, oh, I don't want to review that with you. I didn't know we were at the same hotel, all that kind of thing. You know, play along.
Oh, okay. Oh, I hate this. I don't want to do this.
Great, well, let's go review it.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
Fans of mine will recall that in November of 2009, I had the unfortunate honor of reviewing one of the worst comic books ever made, Bimbos in Time. It's a black and white comic featuring a post-apocalyptic band of women who refer to themselves as bimbo warriors that travel through time trying to stop Tim Curry from doing something, I guess, and all the while making really, really bad jokes. The worst part? It's a movie-licensed story. Bimbos BC was donated to me by a fan shortly after the review came out. And guess what? It fits right in with what the Cinema Snob here wanted me to do. It's shot on sheerly what was at the time high-quality videotape.
Cinema Home Video. Our logo uses the finest technology available on the Sega CD. The movie begins giving us Clan of the Cave Bear if its budget was $20. By the way, it's good to know that even in caveman times, women had eye makeup. Also, I think the cameraman may be drunk. The shots keep slipping away from the actress, and at one point, it spins on its own axis for no particular reason. We see that there's an oversized Muppet stalking her, and... wait, is that supposed to be the monster? Suddenly, the costumes and weasels rip my flesh look like H.R. Geiger's Aliens. The community theater monster makes its attack.
Well, it's a cheesy monster suit battle. There can be only one natural conclusion to this.
Wait, I may have spoken too soon about this being a quote-unquote battle. That's right, just flail your arms weakly a bit more. That's obviously holding it off.
It apparently bites into her shoulder and, oh look! Who knew that the human body was made of bubble tape? Nom 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 nom. And then the monster just leaves. Well, that accomplished a lot.
What the fuck? Did it just decide it didn't like the taste or something? You go through all the trouble of attacking her, take one bite, and then go? What are you, on a fucking diet? The movie truly begins with a generic rock track as we watch four women just kinda stumble around in a field, no doubt trying to escape the production. And oh look, this must have been shot on Take Your Daughter to Work Day. Interspersed with all of this are the opening credits, which last 5 minutes, and they even change the font halfway through, and then change back, and then change again.
Wait, should I use Helvetica? No, wait, Times New Roman! Oh, courier, will you be my savior?
Who cares what the fucking font is? What? Edited by The Chopper? Well, that's appropriate. This movie was chopped together. No, sweetie, don't look at the camera. Just pretend it isn't there. The woman from the opening is crawling desperately to get to the others. Can't walk. Damn shoulder wound. Meanwhile, at the local elementary school, oh wait, that's their base? They carry the woman inside, or rather, they jump cut her inside, and we get the first real line of dialogue in the movie.
Lab's looking better, Doc.
Yeah, the lab's looking just fantastic. What with the scissors over there, and the piece of paper on the wall, and the open cans of Pepsi. This guy is Larry, the male bimbo, as IMDb credits him, and he gives some exposition on their situation.
After the war, nothing has ever been the same. They were born underground, in those caves and those fallout shelters, and while the scientists were living in luxury, They were reading day and night.
Yes, we scientists claim we want to stop nuclear war, but secretly we want it to continue so we can all live in our gilded palaces.
What'd you throw at him?
Comic book.
And that works?
Surprisingly, yes. Go ahead, try it.
Why do people always want to hit me?
I feel power like I've never felt before.
So yeah, already this movie lies to us since it's not BC. It's the future! Anyway, the bored-looking woman here is Triana, and their movement is aided by the woman named only Doc.
I mean, we made the chemicals to destroy the enemy, and instead we made mutants and beasts, strange beasts like those found in prehistoric times in this planet. I've joined you guys to find restitution for what I've done.
Well, you've slaughtered billions of people, unleashed mutant horrors and abominations onto the world. Oh, sure, we forgive ya. The woman who was attacked earlier is named Dalia, and apparently it takes the doc a few minutes to notice the unconscious woman lying on her floor. She extracts some V8 from her arm and very casually looks at it under a microscope.
What the fuck was that noise?
She's been bit by a talon. Her bite is very deadly.
Yeah, it was really necessary to look at her blood for that. Maybe you should have just looked at the fucking bite wound, Doc. Doc explains that she'll die rotting from the inside out if they don't get the cure, which is only located in her old office in Armageddon City. However, she says she's forbidden from going back there because of some weird genetic mutations that, if unleashed, could destroy the entire world. I don't know what the hell that has to do with anything, but she explains that chemical weapons are still allowed there.
Because the use of toxic chemicals has been outlawed everywhere else except for in Armageddon City.
It is after the apocalypse! What governmental body is still around to dictate policy about chemical weapons? She then explains that the mayor of Armageddon City, Salacious Thatch, plans to... Well, we better let her explain this.
What Thatch plans to do is buy up all the land and build more cities so he can make more income for himself.
Again, it's the fucking apocalypse. No one owns any land. And if they did, what good is money when there's no fucking economy? Where is the money coming from?
Dude! Obviously they kept their copies of Blood Gun number 3/4 in pristine shape!
Hey, I know I kept my copy of Marvel Contest of Champions in pristine shape.
Dude, 80's dead! You have all that new Coke stashed up!
And you have all of that Coke too, my backwards hat wearing friend.
I will totally trade you!
That is fair, good sir. That is fair. The fuck just happened?
It's best not to question it. Larry says he won't let that stop him from helping Dalia, and Triana agrees, since apparently Salacious Thatch also murdered her family in Armageddon City. She also reveals that Armageddon City used to be New York. Why do I get the feeling that none of the shots in this film are actually going to be in New York?
Doc tells Triana to pick out 2 of her warriors since they can't spare anymore, and why not? Obviously, their school/fortress needs to be protected from the raving bands, or solo attacks by roving zombies. Oh, and of course, roving bands of fucking cars in the background. And I don't know what the fuck is up with the sound in this movie. No one is mic'd, and most of the music sounds like it's being played on a stereo on the set, as opposed to being added later. A zombie goes into the school and... The fuck? Is it nighttime now? And where'd the sound go? There are lots of sound glitches all over the place. Not just the honking from earlier, but just lines starting to be spoken that make a noise, but then cut away to something else talking. And then there's just the...
Sweet merciful crap, battle stations!
I don't want to die, my voice is too sexy. The fuck was that?
Well, clearly it was some poor kid shoved into a locker at the school and desperately trying to get out. Yeah, just partially tripped there, lady. No need to do a second take or anything. The zombie attacks the two and... Wait, what's that on the soundtrack?
This movie does, admittedly, remind me of Chernobog. More specifically, Chernobog's ass. That's right, girls. Just keep lightly shoving the zombie. That'll hold him off. Oh, fuck! They brought the little kid to fight the zombie? Well, it can't do any worse than the rest of them are doing. Actually, they do bring a machete to do the job of cutting off the zombie's head. Wait, what? Ladies, the zombie's brain is not in its arm. Why are you playing got your nose with the fucking zombie? Just kill it already. Anyway, let's meet our villain. Wait, they don't even have to go to Armageddon City to kill this guy. Clearly he's in the school library. Look at this guy. They should have called him Salacious Mutton Chops.
Wait a second, this is Thatch? Oh yeah, for those of you who remember the comic review, the guy who looked like Tim Curry, that was Thatch. I guess somewhere in between this movie and the comic, he lost 40 pounds and his mutton chops.
Those things are trying to take over his face.
And you can go relax, play a video game, watch a good comedy like I Spit on Your Grave. That cheers me up.
Comedy like I Spit on Your Grave? Oh yeah, nothing spells goofy slapstick fun like a 40-minute rape scene.
No one will be seated during the tie the horses to the pole scene. And yeah, the camera gives us a good minute and a half of the horses getting tied up, eating grass, and then cleaned with a dirty rag. Yeah, we certainly wouldn't want to miss a single thrilling second of that. Doc gives them a pep talk before they begin their mission.
But be on guard and utilize all the skills that you've learned through the years.
Obviously, hairdressing was not one of those skills. By the way, you know things are bad when your child actors yell that they want to leave the movie.
You can't go. No, you can't. Go back in there.
Yes, focus on the bricks. The bricks know everything.
Oh shit! Shots of New York? Suddenly this movie has a budget. Oh wait, no. It's just stock shots.
The weather's getting worse, Mr. Thatch. I fear it's acid rain.
Oh my god, Snob! There's a battle out there of Godzilla fighting a giant robot!
Really?
Yes, but we don't have the budget to show it to you.
Somehow Thatch knows that the Bimbo Brigade is on its way and sends the shirtless General Morbius to go deal with them. Remembering the acid rain, he asks what kind of armor they have.
The only kind of armor we have available at this point is NICAD plating. It covers the head and torso area, but leaves the groin exposed.
Good job.
Yes.
Very good job. That means that they won't be having any more Rugrats to run around the city.
No little.
Oh sure, no more kids, but there is that tiny little problem of acid rain on your dicks. That's not gonna feel good, you morons.
Meanwhile, our heroes casually stroll on their quest. But I guess it's not like one of them is dying or anything. Oh, wait.
Hey, really makes me mad Lotus backed down on us.
In other words, she took one look at the dailies and ran away.
Well, that's a bimbo for you.
Tee-hee-hee, we're idiots! Ugh, just listen to the xylophone music we've got going here. Clearly we need something a bit more epic for a quest like this. No, that doesn't quite work with the pace they're going at. Let's try again. They find a woman named Sapphire strung up in the ruins of a building who is apparently someone that Triana knows. Great, this is exactly like the comic where they keep running into people they apparently know but we've never seen before. This was a trap set for them by the evil... whoever those guys are. Oh yeah, they really should be afraid of the acid rain, what with the sun exploding outside. Hey, wait a minute, they're not even pretending to remember that crap. They're not wearing any armor, and they're aided by Dr. Wily, apparently.
You are not Scooby-Doo! While they're being chased, the men just keep roaring out, "Bimbos!" and grunting as if that means something. And brilliant fight choreography, just lightly slap the swords back and forth. Clearly, you were taught sword fighting by the best teppanyaki chefs in the land.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, fight me like a man.
I am a moron!
Oh,
You okay?
just a ducky.
Half the time, the shots are clearly connecting, and they look like they hurt too, but the other times, it's not even close. What kind of fighting technique is this?
Greetings, Kuntai Ted here, and it's important to remember that when fighting an equally matched opponent, you should never attempt to strike anywhere but directly at their blade. When facing mad scientists skilled with a bow staff, you do not need to actually hit them in the head. Just kind of wave it in their direction, and they'll fall down. However, when facing against... who are you? Oh really? Well, as it happens, I am a master of dance fu. A likely story. Shall we take this outside?
Sapphire finds one of the attackers' discarded swords.
Cool, you can see your face shine.
Yes, women are easily distracted by their own appearances. No, they aren't! Morbius reports how badly things went to Thatch, but I'm just distracted by the charming sign that says, "Books are best friends."
Women!
Women?
Fucking women? Women! What is this, the ERA revisited?
Yeah, take that, Equal Rights Amendment. You just got burned by a movie called Bimbos BC. The Bimbos enter the Nightmare Zone. We're already there. Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No! Now you kids be quiet or we won't let you enter the Nightmare Zone.
Aww. The girls stop to take a rest, which means to start practicing with their swords. You might want to stop that. It's probably not a good idea to show how bad they are at this. After knocking over this cross right here, the cameraman starts having a seizure and groaning. They're then attacked by rage zombies who lightly push them a bit before being dispatched.
Okay, I think you got him.
We're not even there yet. The sun's setting down, so let's just turn back.
It's 3 in the afternoon! Plus, you were the one who said nothing would stop you. Yeah, guys, the movie's not fun anymore. Let's just give up.
Okay, now there's a stream. Now Thatch in a truck with a gun. Yes, show how he stops the car and takes out the keys. Gets out of the car. Then a shot of a city and... The hell? Now they're in the city? Well, that was fucking quick. We get it. The city exists. We were kidding before about not being able to show it to us. You don't have to prove to us that it exists. Oh, and now Thatch is back with the others. Yeah, him taking his truck out to some random-ass spot on the road made a lot of sense. The fuck is this? We watching someone's vacation tape? We can't hear what they're saying.
I swear to God, the Bimbos were right here. I know, I saw it, yeah!
Here's a tip for aspiring filmmakers. If you don't have a boom mic to reduce background noise, don't shoot outside!
Thatch and the others intercept the Bimbos, and instead of just killing them, makes them walk away to cells. You've already made it clear that you want them dead, so why not just kill them? You have a gun! You don't even have to use the primitive weapons! Gun in your hand! Bullets in their heads!
Mr. T shows up to try to save the Bimbos, but he's taken down in seconds. Thatch decides to bring one of the Bimbos with him, but don't ask me which one. Half these characters don't have names. And then they just splice in a random shot of her from earlier in the movie. And it has to be that because the background is wrong, and she has her weapon back, even though Thatch and the others took them away.
Back at the elementary school, Doc and this woman, I think she's that Lotus woman they talked about earlier, see the crappy bird monster from the beginning banging at the gate. And then just walk away. And scene! Beautiful!
That's a scene that won that actor an Oscar.
Mr. T gets chained to the wall. No, you fools, those chains are supposed to be gold. He pities you, fool!
Squirt.
We see it squirting. You don't need to do the sound effects for us. Frankly, you suck at the sound you already have. While they inject Mr. T with truth serum, the bimbos are locked in the sauna. The cameraman has some more drunken antics as he spins around and zooms in on some buildings before returning to the Mr. T interrogation. Mr. T somehow knows about Doc, who apparently worked with Dr. Wiley. He says he didn't know she was alive and says he'll help him out. The two break the bimbos out while we watch Thatch eating meat. What? Is Thatch a zombie? Is that the twist ending? The bimbos fight the three guys that work for Thatch. Here's some music to make this slightly more amusing than it's supposed to be.
After they retrieve the antidote, it's time for the final confrontation with zombie Thatch. Oh, sweet Jesus, it turns out the meat he's been eating was their friend. The fuck, this turned dark quickly. They cut off Thatch's hand and stab him in the balls, killing him. The goons surrender to the bimbos, claiming that they only worked for Thatch because their families were threatened by him. The bimbos return to the elementary school to heal Delea. Not that Doc cares, she's too busy playing Galactic Conquest on her Commodore 64. They give Delea the antidote, and Triana is officially made the leader. Triana welcomes the men into their little group.
I will be your queen. All I ask is that you return for a sequel.
No chance in hell.
This movie sucks.
From what we can tell, the movie also goes under the alternate title of Prehistoric Bimbos in Armageddon City, which is just as much of an inaccurate title, since the title characters are not prehistoric, and they only spend about 15 minutes of this thing in Armageddon City. While it's a short movie at 1 hour and 8 minutes, there's a lot of padding. Scenes of people looking around, scenes of people walking, and tons of shots of the city from various angles are littered throughout the thing.
It's entirely possible that Bimbos in Time is just another alternate title for the movie, but given how there was an advertisement for the movie at the end of the comic, I'm inclined to believe that unfortunately there was a sequel to this, and that's what the comic is based around. Though if there isn't, it does make the comic more than a little confusing, since the bimbos don't look anything like they did in the movie, and Thatch is somehow not only alive, but his hand is reattached and he's lost weight.
In the end, who fucking cares? It's a comic book based on a shot-on-shitio movie of all things.
You gonna need me for this episode, kid? Nah, I don't think so.
Hey, who's the guy with the fancy dress sense and great set of pipes?
Who said that?
It's me, Vic, the big box voice.
I don't know anything about you, mysterious Vic person, but you have a voice made to sing Tony Bennett. What say you and me go do a duet?
Lead the way, my corporeal friend.
You ever think the characters on our shows are kind of weird?
Yes.
That was easy.
What about me, Linkara? You didn't have me appear in the episode. Well, I'd have you in it, but there's no counterpart for you on the Cinema Snob show.
Have no fear. Space Lancer Steve is here.
Well, Steve, why don't we come along now and try to fight off some alien menaces?
Lead the way.
Space Lancer Steve?
What are you looking at me for? It was your fucking idea.